beautiful people, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Black Wallet by Mwansa Chambalile, where I am simply on a journey to leaving a financial legacy. Leaving a financial legacy means some sacrifice and a strategy on how you go about it. So in this video, I am here actually to talk.
A few moments later.
Talking of strategy, in this video, I am actually here to share with you my 2022 strategies or how I will go about trying to figure this thing called financial generation legacy. So let's get into it. First things first, what I noticed about myself is I easily learn something quick in a snap. And learning something quick means you need people who are above your knowledge. Obviously, there's no one above the other person's knowledge in general, except God. I believe so, because even the youngest person can be good at something, unlike an older person. Yep, that's just otherwise. So, having said that, I have set myself up to learn from three particular people. And these three particular people align with my goal, align with what I want to achieve or the direction in which I am going to. They are wiser in that particular area than I am. So that's why I am choosing these particular people. So you get the privilege of knowing who they are in no particular order, but in the order of my my goal. So these particular three people have things that I would love to learn from. I'm just so excited. The first person is Vusi Thembekwayo. I got to know about him for the very first time during the African Must Think conference. I was actually contemplating between him and a local entrepreneur, but I did my research and I find that my goals align better with him. He's an entrepreneur. He's an entrepreneur, a multi-entrepreneur. And for me, the multi is playing into role with where I want to see myself, the balance of time, the balance of a relationship with God, and just business wise. I love that about him, and I have been following his podcasts. I have been following his entrepreneur journey, his conferences and all that. And I like that he's free spirited. Most of the times you hear people who have a personal relationship with God is like they want to impose it on other people, but I find that I am similar with him, that I've just learned to live life for myself, and people can learn and grow into it. And then they ask you, oh, how do you achieve all these things? And he's like, it's my relationship with God. So he talks about mostly his relationship with God in his business. Before he speaks out, he prays. And to me, one of the things that I want to establish right from the beginning is the people I'm looking up to are human. So therefore they can err, therefore they have their own mistakes. I do not disagree with that, but I agree with the fact that they can help my life get better. So the first person is Vusi Thembekwayo. The second person is Ashley Empowers. I have been following Ashley Empowers for the longest. If you don't know Ashley Empowers, excuse me, I'll link her YouTube channel, Instagram, everything, even for Vusi. I'll link them down here in the description box below. But I have been following Ashley Empowers since my first heartbreak. And with regards to relationships, she's good. She's good. She's really good. And I love her. But this year I chose her because I want to be intentional about relationships. So I'm basically putting her into my program. I'll literally have days when I have to watch a Vusi Thembekwayo video podcast every Monday, and then his YouTube videos and just his entrepreneur's journey and his book. He has another book coming up also. So yes, I'll get that. I have Ashley's book, Ashley Empowers books. Ashley Empowers her book. So this year will be more of a practical thing. She has like online conferences. She has like podcasts as well, so I will be following her as well, especially with regards to relationships, the dating side. So that's why I chose her, and she also has that godly factor in it as well. The final person, this one actually just pushes me to the limit. I actually attend Mount Zion Christian Center, pastored by Reverend Bruce Msidi and his wife, Mrs. Msidi. Yes. So me choosing him, first of all, has everything to do that I'm under his umbrella. I've actually been there like 2 years. So I chose him personally because I did a Days of Rain class with him, and the man challenged me. The man is more of leadership. Why am I calling him the man? My apologies for that. But Reverend just challenged me into like being a forward thinker, and that's where I'm headed to. But I want to get it through the right guidance of the people around me. So learning from him does not mean I knock on his door and I'm like, I want to learn from him. I'm just watching more of his sermons, his conferences, and just learning from him, attending church and all that. But he's on my third list person. And the reason why I chose him is I love the fact that he wants you to grow a personal relationship with God. I hate people who impose God on others, like you have to do it, do or die. Let people have a personal encounter, a personal experience, then the transformation will be easier. And we all have a story to tell of how we experience God. So for him, I just love the idea that he wants you to know God for yourself through the Bible. One time in one of the classes, he challenged us to quote Bible verses that are equivalent to your age. And then I was just like, so therefore, he's one of the people I am looking up to this year, especially because I just want to grow. So that's the first thing, the three people I am learning my financial income. I am targeting 2022 as a year. I'm very practical about creating different types of business ventures, different types of income ventures. It has to be passive or active. That's okay. For me, it works either ways. But this year, I want to have a multi income stream, number one. And then number two is I have a goal figure by the end of the year. This has to be my income every month. Helps me think of ideas. How can I generate this money such that if I'm not there, I still have this money every month? So that's my strategy towards my income in 2022. Three, my strategy is towards my assets. I want to diversify my income into assets so that my money works for me. So ideally, I have a goal towards my portfolio, my financial portfolio. What assets am I getting myself into? So it's very important that there is a strategy where you are targeting the money you are earning. So for me, I have assets that I am building up both locally and internationally. That's my strategy for 2020. My strategy is time management. I'm not wasting my time in 2022. I'm sorry, but if we agree to meet a certain time and you don't show up, I'm leaving. Reason being is I have strategically placed out my time. For example, actually, I'm talking here. This is what I'm supposed to achieve today. This is for tomorrow. So today I have to ensure that all this is dealt with. So if I've put up a time on my diary and on my calendar, it reflects what activity I'm supposed to do at a certain particular time. And then here I am, somebody delays within after an hour. If you are delaying, you have to follow me. I'm really conscious about my time, what I'm spending my time on, how I allocate my time, and how I can improve using the value of time. Otherwise, time is money, and I'm not seeing myself wasting money. Yep. So with regards to time, I have the calendar. I have to plan ahead of time. I have to be on time. I have to utilize my time. So every day I ask myself, what have I learned in a day, and what was the value of my time? Did I spend my time, that is just letting time pass by, or did I invest in time? Did I think of ideas that will help me grow with time? So basically, I'm very cautious about time in 2022. My strategy is to learn and learn from the best. The best, I would always say, I don't have to physically meet them, but they have written down their stories through books. So in 2022, we are reading more books. I have already scheduled out an annual reading plan, what book I am reading in every month. So that will help me stay accountable, because last year I only did like five, 6 books. My schedule is now more busy, but I wish and I know I have to make time for that. I have to read as much as possible, because that's where I get all this knowledge. That's where I also get to hear about people's experiences and just analyze if it fits in what I want to achieve and what lessons I can learn from them. So yes, book reading is a must. You know, in setting out a strategy, I have to define my why. Why do I want this done? Is it important? Can I do it later? So defining my why is what helps me or keeps me accountable. So my goal has to be defined. Everything in 2022 has to be defined. Why should I spend my money on it? Why should I spend my time on it? If the reason is invalid, if the reason does not align with what I want to achieve for myself, then there's no need of doing it. So always and constantly asking myself why is one of the strategies. The goal is to develop myself every year. And one of the ways I am constantly or consciously doing that is to ensure that I develop myself. This year, I have one skill that I am working on. I'm not yet going to disclose it, but I have already begun working on it. And that's one of the strategies I have to develop myself, to make myself, like, to add flavor to yourself, to add more value to yourself. You have to be skillful, right? So I have added one skill. It's time consuming, but I'm hopeful I will work on that effectively. Strategy to improving in yourself is adding a skill, and that's what I am doing in 2020. Number 8 is preparing for opportunities. Most of the opportunities that we have are always, or most of the time, we don't see them coming to us because we are not ready for them. We are not well prepared for them. So constantly I ask myself, if I want a certain amount of income, or I'm saying I must have multiple streams of income, and then here comes an opportunity, do I have the money for it? So in 2022, I want to be ready for opportunities. I want to be consciously ready. Public speaking, for example, be it investment, be it travel opportunities. I want to think ahead and prepare for them financially. Preparation in terms of reading more books. So preparation is key. Preparation is key for my 2022 strategy. All the ideas I have to come to life, and that means I have to be ready for them. I have to prepare for them, knowing that the opportunity will come. All I need is to be prepared. I always give this example to people. Like, let's say you want to get married and you're constantly praying for, God, please, I need to get married. God, please send that attractive person to me, right? If you want that to happen, start preparing for it by faith, right? Start setting out where the venue will be, how much it will cost, have everything outlined, such that when the time comes, you'll be even more confident in yourself, knowing that you believed something before it happened. The same in my life in 2022, I see myself, and I've seen myself preparing for opportunities that haven't even come my way. I'm constantly getting ready. like it was the last battle I am going for. 9, before we hit to number 10, is intentional self-care. Intentional self-care. Intentional self-care means you don't feel like it, but you have to do it because you know your body needs it. You know your mind needs it. You know your emotions need it. Taking a break. Now I have this kind of like routine. Instead of editing my videos from home, I'm doing it like I'm changing environments just to help me also not be overwhelmed. Instead of doing business proposals or business meetings or business whatever, anything business related, I'm just not going to do it in the same space, but I'm trying to change environment. So intentional self-care is a must to ensuring that you are healthy, to ensuring that I am healthy in 2022. I have to be intentional about my care. I don't want a situation where I am low energy, and then now I have to take medication for that. I can't sleep, I have to take medication for that. But I have to be intentional about my personal self-care so that I can also take care of other people as well. So that is my strategy. I see myself going on self-care dates, self-care routines, financial conferences, just to take care of my growth, interact with other people as well. So the final thing I would put up, or I have set aside as my 2022 strategy, is to change and enjoy myself. Enjoying myself will mean I'll have new energy for my journey, new energy for my ideas, and just be me. So if I'm going to work extra hard, I must leave room for enjoyment. Because I'm still on earth, you at the end of the day, we work so hard for this money, and it's very important that you celebrate your wins, you celebrate your achievement, you celebrate your extra miles, because I won't wait for 100 years or 10 years for me to achieve certain goals and be like, oh, now I can take a trip, or now I can enjoy life. My enjoyment begins now, during the process, So basically, guys, this is everything that I wanted to share with you, my 2022 strategy. I would like to know, what does your strategy look like? Comment in the description box below so that we get to see yours. Otherwise, this is everything that I had to share with you. Literally not everything, summarized. And I hope you can learn 1 or 2 things out of it. Thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, please make sure you subscribe, and make sure you are following us on Instagram. You're following me and my journey to living a financial legacy at the Black Wallet. Until my next video, bye bye.